Hey Calgary sports fans, how's things going for you? Third week of September here. Hockey season is around the corner here. Both the Calgary Hitmen is about to start their 25th season, and the Calgary Flames will be starting their 40th season in the NHL as well here. But however, today we're going to talk Calgary Roughnecks, as it's still the NLL off season here. But the other day there, let's just quickly recap what the Calgary Roughnecks did in the 2019 NLL entry draft and see the kind of players that the defending champs have selected here. So I'll just bring up my phone here, and there's 7 players that the Calgary Roughnecks have selected in this year's NLL entry draft, and we'll see how many of these players pan out and continue the success of the franchise for the Calgary Roughnecks. And as I mentioned in previous videos, I did re-up my season tickets for the 2019-20 season, and I'll be back in the Rough House in the Section 121 again this season, and looking forward to it, especially the home opener where a championship banner will be raised to the rafters, signifying our 3rd championship here. So in Philadelphia, which is where the NLL head office is, headquarters, this is where the draft took place here, and the Calgary Roughnecks had a couple picks in the first round here as actually their first pick. I mean, it unlike the other major sports like the NHL, NBA, the Big Four there, it's easier to track down trades and draft picks. You don't get that as much of the NLL here, so I'm just going to go straight and mention who he picked and why we don't have a pick in those around. I didn't see you on trades, and I know on my Flames draft recap video it's a lot easier, and just to be different, I go over who the Flames drafted, and then this past year I talked about any hitmen or any local players that got picked up, and then I look at the picks that were traded away and what were used here. Here I'm just gonna go over who he traded and or drafted, and then if any trades that we made, which we did make one trade in this draft, I'll just go over the trade here. So in the first round here, the Calgary Roughnecks, 7th overall, selected LeClair, who's a defenseman, born in 1988. He played with the Six Nation Arrows lacrosse team, and it says OJALL, and I know it's out in Ontario there, so I'm assuming it's the Ontario Junior Amateur Lacrosse League there. I know it's a game that's still growing here in Canada here, but you don't see as many. You see many lacrosse leagues, but it's not as known as, say, hockey, for example, here. So that was the first player that the Calgary Roughnecks selected, is LeClair here. And actually, they were on the clock right after for the 8th overall pick, and they selected in the first round there. No relation to Superman, as I know, is Haiden Dickson, forward born in 2000. He played for the Delta Islanders Coquitlam Adanacs at the BC Junior Amateur Lacrosse League. So yeah, it's a lot of players that we seem to get for lacrosse is basically out in British Columbia and Ontario there, and Ontario. I know a lot of indigenous players also come around as well. So those are basically the hotbed of lacrosse development in North America here. So that's the first round here. So we picked 2 players in the first round here. In the second round here, also, as I know, no relation to Jesse, so we drafted another Dickson and another King here, as in the second round, 22nd overall here. We selected Marshal King, forward, born in 1997, played for the Victoria Shamrocks for the Western Lacrosse League, and actually that pick, when the Roughnecks selected Marshal King, they acquired the 22nd overall selection from the Georgia Swarm, and we sent Georgia Swarm a 2nd round pick in 2021 here. So we made a trade a future draft pick to get this draft pick in Marshal King here. Which ironically, we also made a trade with the Georgia Swarm last year to get another King named Jesse King, and he started most of the year injured, but he was one of the key players for us down the stretch for the Roughnecks, down the stretch in the regular season, and playoffs for the eventual championship win here. So maybe going to the well with Georgia to kick another King will pay off here. So that's just some interesting tidbit here. So after the 22nd overall pick, the next pick that the Calgary Roughnecks selected, round 3, 40th overall, is Nick Scott, fenceman, born 1999. And also another guy from British Columbia, Langley Thunder, from the Western Lacrosse Association. I'm assuming that's what WLA stands for. And then, still in the 3rd round, 46th overall here, the Calgary Roughnecks selected a goalie here named Landon Kells, born in 2000, from the Peterborough Lakers from the Ontario Junior Amateur Lacrosse League. I'm assuming that's what that OJALL also stands for here. Mention in the comments if it means something else, but I just going by the abbreviations here. So the Calgary Roughnecks did not have a pick in the 4th round here, but the last 2 picks that the Calgary Roughnecks had were in the 5th and 6th round here. The next pick was in the 5th round, 76th overall. The Calgary Roughnecks stayed close to home here as they drafted Cordell Hastings, a forward, born in 1998 here, and he played for the Calgary Shamrocks right here in, I think the RMLL stands for Rocky Mountain Lacrosse League, I believe. But got our local guy here, or at least played here locally. So good luck to him, especially if he gets to play for the Roughnecks here. And then the last pick that the Calgary Roughnecks picked in the 2019 NLL Entry Draft in the 6th round, 89th overall here, they selected Travis Getz, forward. This guy looks like he's in 1996, an older player here. Played for the Brooklyn Merchants of the OLA, which I'm not too sure what that stands for here, but those are the 7 players that the Calgary Roughnecks selected here in the 2019 NLL Draft. Just a quick recap here. We selected defenseman LeClair. That was the first pick, 7th overall here. And then 8th overall, Haiden Dickson. And then 22nd overall, forward Marshal King. 3rd and 40th overall, Nick Scott, defenseman. And then 3rd, 46th overall, Landon Kells, goalie. And then 5th, 76th overall, Cordell Hastings, forward. Last but not least, 6th round, 89th overall, forward Travis Getz here. And good luck to all the players that got selected by the Calgary Roughnecks here. Hopefully develop and take the next step to become NLL players here and help the Roughnecks win some more championships here. I know if I quickly look back at last year's video, and basically the top three players that we selected in the draft last year did make an appearance for FX there, and there was one player that was drafted later that also made an appearance here. So you never know who you pick in these drafts. That's the kind of the fun and mystery of entry drafts in sports here. Is you don't know who you pick up. Is he going to be a star? Is he going to be a bust? Or if you're lucky, did you pick up a steal late here? That's all the fun and speculative from being a sports fan here. And speaking of sports fan here, I'm definitely a Calgary sports fan here. And if you enjoy everything I do on my YouTube channel, just make sure you follow along, rate, like, and subscribe, and cover Roughnecks. I'm also going to be covering both the Hitmen and Flames. Season 2 around the corner when I start recapping games. Preseason is wrapped up for the Calgary Hitmen here, so watch for my next round of my Calgary Hitmen recap videos here. And in a couple weeks, the Calgary Flames will wrap up their preseason and kick off the 2019-20 NHL season here. And I still continue on with my Calgary Stampeders this month. as you know, here we are wrapping up September here, and watch for that video here coming soon here, and hopefully just like the Roughnecks, defending champions, they'll defend their title, and hopefully the Calgary Stampeders will, I'm still dreaming that we'll defend our Grey Cup title and keep it at home, win it at home this year. So if that sounds like everything you like to watch and follow along here, just make sure you hit like, subscribe, and I also throw in, the personal blog or any moments I have at sporting events, or there's plenty on my channel to offer for if you're not just a sports fan here. But as I always say, I'll see you in the next video. Go Next Go, and in 3 months here, we'll be starting the 2019-20 NLL season, and we'll look forward to seeing the championship banner being raised at the home opener here for the Calgary Roughnecks, which I understand is on Saturday, December the 21st there, just before Christmas there, and where we live, one last time, the incredible run that the Calgary Roughnecks had, and then it's time to defend that thing. As I say, I'll see you in the next video.